Welcome back to my channel. I am Miss Flowers. I just did a video for a client and it had to be like a summer look. So that's why I'm dressed like that, because where I live right now, it's definitely not summer at all. We get some summer days and then we go back to snow and rain and sleet and hell and all that stuff the next day. But I did a video and then I remembered that I wanted to do a video on vitamin D deficiencies, because I know for sure my vitamin D is low. When I went to my naturopathic doctor, she was like, it's super low. And then a cousin of mine, how she had fibroids removed. So I asked her, what did her doctor say was the cause of it? Most of the things that go on inside our body is caused from a lack of vitamin and minerals. So I asked her, did her doctor tell her what the cause of it, what the cause of the fibroids are? And sometimes doctors will tell you if you ask the right questions. She said, her doctor said it was from a vitamin D deficiency. Then I was talking to somebody else and they were like, their doctor was putting them on vitamin D pills. And then it was another person. So that was the fifth or sixth person that said something about having a vitamin D deficiency. Even though I knew that I was doing the work for myself and figuring out how to get my vitamin D levels higher, because there's really not that much sun where I'm at right now. Even if I sat in the sun all day, it still wouldn't get them higher. So you got to know what foods to eat, and I also looked up which herbs to take, because I'm an herbalist. So I'm also looking up the herbs that you should be taking, but I'm also looking at what you should be pairing your vitamin D with. What vitamins and minerals should you be taking your vitamin D with also? Because just like you have foods that don't go together, and then you have foods that do go together, which is called proper food pairing, you also have to pair your vitamins and minerals together the right way as well, so that your body absorbs it better. So I was already doing research on vitamin D for myself, but I also know as melanated people, our vitamin D is probably really low unless you live somewhere where the sun is probably out all the time and you're out in the sun. Maybe, I don't know. But then on top of that, not eating right. And then when you do try to eat right and eat the right things, our soil is so depleted. So we're not getting the right vitamins and minerals from the foods that we're eating. That's why I started using herbs to get those things that we're lacking. So let's talk about some of the symptoms that you can have if you have a vitamin D deficiency. Chronic fatigue is one of them. I know for sure in the winter months, I don't feel like doing anything. I'm tired all the time. It doesn't matter how much I sleep. I don't want to get out of bed at all. But in the summer, it seems like I'm up with the sun. I go to bed late. Like in the summer, I'm fine. I noticed that in 2020 when we went to DR for Christmas, I was not tired. I was not tired at all. I was very energized, awake, and I know you're probably saying, oh, you were on vacation. But no, I felt the difference in my body. No, my body! I felt different. I knew it was from the sun. When we came back, I still kind of had some of that energy because I was in the sun for like a week and I was near the water for a week. So I definitely know that the sun plays a big role in my health, and I need to be near the sun. That's my goal. I don't want to spend another winter here. My goal is to be somewhere sunny all the time. Another symptom of low vitamin D could be a weak immune system, which if you live up north and you're always sick in the winter, that could be a reason why, because your vitamin D is low. Depression is a common symptom of low vitamin D levels. I know for sure in the winter I am depressed, and they call it seasonal depression. I know for sure. I had to get out of that. I don't want to say it's a funk, because it's not a funk, and it's actually a thing. So sometimes when it is sunny out, I will go outside. Even though it's freezing, I'll go outside because the sun is out. And it's not warm, but I'm still in the sun, embracing the sun and getting some of the sun's rays. Weak bones can be a result of low vitamin D as well. There's a lot of people when they get older, it's easier for their bones to break because of the low vitamin D levels. Your blood sugar could also be affected by low vitamin D levels, which I know that for sure because my vitamin D is low and my blood sugar is being affected by that. So now I have to correct the vitamin D issue in order to correct the blood sugar level. Low back pain is also a cause of low vitamin D levels as well. I know one person, they're always complaining about their lower back hurting. So once I did the research and I started reading things, I was like, oh, that's probably why their lower back is always hurting, because their vitamin D is low. Then they're saying if you have high blood pressure, that it can be resolved by vitamin D and potassium, but you can't just eat a banana and call it a day. Like, a lot of people don't even know how much potassium they're supposed to have. So it's all these things that are connected, but vitamin D is kind of the culprit, if that makes sense. Okay, so those are a few of the symptoms of a vitamin D deficiency. But as I got deeper in the study of trying to find out how our bodies can better absorb vitamin D from the sun, from the foods that we eat, from the herbs, one study started to talk about the liver. Your liver produces enzymes that are involved in the breakdown and activation of vitamin D. So if your liver isn't functioning correctly, your liver's not breaking down that vitamin D. So you have to maintain a healthy liver, diet, exercise, and not drinking so much. Because if you're drinking a lot, you're killing your liver. It is what it is. Like I said, I feel better in the sun. We need to be in the sun. I'm not saying you need to be in the sun all day, every day, but you need to be in the sun more than usual when your skin is darker. Because someone lighter than you, they're going to absorb more vitamin D from the sun than you are, because they're lighter than you. A lot of the articles were saying that a lot of melanated people need to supplement their vitamin D intake with a supplement and with fortified foods. I'm really not into the fortified food things because I don't eat a lot of that stuff that I used to eat. I only take it in the wintertime. I don't take it in summer. When I was saying that you have to properly pair vitamin minerals, just like you have to pair your food correctly. I have this book. It's one of the books I use to study herbalism. So for vitamin D, these are a few of the other deficiencies: tooth decay, softening of bones, lack of energy in children, slow growth and poor bone structure, loss of appetite, diarrhea, insomnia, weight loss, and eye problems. When I read that the other day, I noticed that I did have a lack of appetite, but I thought my lack of appetite was because my mother passed away last year. My stepfather passed away the month before her. So I just thought that was just part of the grieving process, that I wasn't really eating like I usually eat. But it was probably from that and the vitamin D deficiency. Then in the next section, it has herbs with vitamin. So alfalfa, horsetail, nettle, and parsley are herbs with vitamin D. And then it tells you the foods that you should eat: dandelion greens, lettuce, not iceberg, oatmeal, yams, sweet potatoes, and watercress. I try to make sure I have those things. Most of the time I have some of this stuff. Only thing I really don't eat is watercress, but I did get watercress the other day. But then you have to make sure that you're pairing it, like I said, with the right minerals. So this part of the book is balancing vitamins and minerals, and it says that you should take vitamin D with vitamin A and C, choline, calcium, and phosphorus. I think I'm saying that right. Phosphorus is found in a lot of fruits and vegetables. We already talked about sweet potatoes, squash, lentils, chickpeas, lima beans, black beans, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, avocados, bananas, apples, grapes, pineapples. Which kind of took me back to when I was eating Alkaline. I was eating a lot of avocados. I was eating a lot of burro bananas, which I think burro bananas taste way better than regular bananas, but that's just me. I was eating chickpeas on the regular. I was definitely eating a lot of squash and lettuce. I was eating a lot of dark greens. Kale, even though kale's not a lettuce, but I was eating a lot of darker greens than the way I'm eating now. Is just, I have to go back to eating Alkaline in order to fix my problem with the low vitamin D, because when I was eating like that, I was more disciplined and I was definitely eating more during the day. Like right now, I'm probably eating once out of the day, that. And then I'll have snacks here and there, which I'm not having the best snacks. So I'm going to go back to alkaline vegan and basically get myself together. So as you can see, vitamin D could be the cause to many health problems. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hit that subscribe button. Check out this next video. I always forget where I point at when I'm telling y'all to check out the next video. And then when I go to put the video where it's supposed to go, I always forget where I pointed at. But I'll talk to you guys later.